Palaces fans and radical metal viewers, you are in for a treat for our big enchilada interview with the band Palaces out of Atlanta, Georgia. I flew all the way from Washington, D.C. to the home of Mastodon, Ember City, to sit down with the fellas, make some funny sketches, and do some interviews. I hope you enjoy. Well, hey, we're here with Palaces. What are you guys' name again? Jeremy?
I am Jeremy.
I am Eric.
Eric. Nice. Before we get into the new album, what feels different about Palaces right now as opposed to a year ago?
Doing more, having more on the line because of the efforts and the links that we've gone to, and also the luck that we've hit out on with who we've been working with. I mean, it's an incentivizer. It's a motivator.
Yeah.
You know, before it was cool and fine to be like with all of our friends trying to play shows in Atlanta, not worrying about being on time or what the turnout is, or you know, doing it for the fuck of it. We're doing it for the love of it.
How does this album, JB, feel different from Hellas Chasma?
Oh my God.
Besides.
Well, yeah, adding Steven to the band definitely added a layer to our
You can still
songwriting.
talk about him too.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think overall it just feels way more mature, thought out, and you know, it wasn't rushed. Which our first two albums kind of were rushed just because of how we had to record them in a couple of days and hurry up, and we didn't have the luxury of working with Weston Sound or with Bill. You know, it was done like last two albums Eric recorded in his living room. You know, it was DIY everything. So Eric recorded it, he mixed it. So, you know, this one just feels like a more professional representation of what we're trying to do. Of course, the sound quality is, I think, a giant leap ahead over what we've put out in the past. And then too, we've just grown as musicians over time, and I think I'm super proud of it. I hope people dig it. You know, we worked very hard on it.
As a fan, Hellas Chasma, I thought it was produced beautifully. I think it sounds beautiful.
All this kind of
Thanks. Yeah. That was I mixed that one in. Yeah, but yeah. So it's a completely different way we went about it this time. You know, so it's not going to be the same. But yeah, thanks for the compliment.
Yeah. So Eric, I want to dive a little bit deeper. Do you feel like the tone of maybe not the tone, but the sound, what was coming out? Because same four guys back then.
It wasn't. There was only three guys back then.
There was only three guys.
Steve was not on Hellas Chasma.
Oh, he's
Steve just joined.
This one. That's an obvious one.
That's the big.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah. So well, then how do you think that played in to the difference in what the output was for that record versus this one? I think they're both great, but I'm wondering if you notice any difference.
There's definitely a difference because of what he brings. Like his style is more, I would say, metal. Like he's, you know, I'm more of like a punk guy.
Yeah.
He's like more of the metal kind of guy, I think. So he brought more of that like metal thing to it, and our technicality went up. You know, stuff is a little bit harder, but it's cool because the second guitar actually adds so much, so that we didn't have before. So there's all these different layers now, like that. So I would layer in stuff on Hellas Chasma. I would just layer second guitars, third guitars, whatever. We couldn't really do it live, but we just layer it anyways. But now we can actually do that stuff live.
Yeah.
So now.
Okay, that's good. You have to move though. You have to move. Move your hips. Here, let me show you. It's like you never heard of freaking Keith Moon before.
You mean Pete Townsend?
Who? Whatever. Here, look. Turn the volume up. And point. And point. And point. Gojira. 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 Hey, dude, where you going? I haven't shown you the kick yet. Come back. Kick. Gojira. Kick. Keith Moon. Keith Moon. Come on, man.
Does this album feel bigger?
And interpret bigger in any way left.
You wrote that song, so
Sound wise, definitely bigger. You know, the production is bigger. It just feels bigger. There's more going on. So yeah, sonically, I would say it definitely feels bigger. You know, and I think the record as a whole, it still hasn't come out, so we're still a few weeks away. I think it's going to be a bigger record, you know, than what we had previously.
Yeah.
So you know,
So yeah, it's so in sound and in expectations too, Jeremy. Have your expectations changed? No, I said sen.
no, the expectation is driven by the incentives. You know, I have an expectation of myself and how also as a team, how we're going to bring this out to people, how we're going to present it to people, because Hellas Chasma did not really get that opportunity.
Yeah.
And so as far as an expectation, you know, you can't expect anything unless you're really putting it to people, not necessarily selling it to people,
Yeah.
but making them want to be a part of it.
Yeah. I really hope this, again, I'm interviewing you guys, but as a fan, I'm really hoping Sunhunting also introduces people to Hellas Chasma, because that is
That would be cool.
such a great
yeah, that'd be awesome.
record too. And I've heard most of the new record. I'll hear more, I'm sure, when I find a CD player.
What's that?
Good luck.
All right, so okay, I have to ask. This is another section working with Bill Kelliher. Bill Kelliher being a founding member of Mastodon. Tell me if I get this right. He plays on the record, but he also is it correct to say that he produced the record?
He did produce the record, but he also did it with Tom Tapley.
Yeah.
Because Tom, we recorded drums, then we moved over and we did everything with Bill, guitars, bass, a lot of layering. And then when we went back with Tom, that was all the vocals. So it is, in my eyes, definitely a co-production. A lot of suggestions, ideas. You know, Tom has many, many years in his field as a producer and engineer. But the creativity, the spitballing, the let's try and move some stuff around kind of ideas, that was a lot of Bill. And that was a lot of Bill asking us, either individually, like during each session or as a group, what do you guys want to hear out of like this big part, out of this bridge, out of this song?
Yeah.
So that helped kind of change the gears in the way that having a new member in the band, because come the summer, Steven will have been in for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And to take that with the fact I've been in this band for 10, 11 years, with the one record before, it took that long to get where we are. In 4 years, we've got a new guy, a whole album, and a different outlook, approach, and execution of how we're doing this band. Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah. Do you guys remember how did you even find out that Bill wanted to be involved with this album?
He asked.
Yeah.
He put it to us. I don't know if it's a matter of him wanting to like tighten up on those skills as a producer, because I mean, he's produced his other band, Primate. You know, he's done that stuff. He's done other stuff in the studio. Him and Braun get together and do a bunch of stuff like at his home studio. But I think that there was that it was two things: that he wanted to be able to build that muscle more as a producer, and also he wanted to give us a different approach to it, because otherwise this album would have been produced the way that we did Hellas Chasma.
Yeah.
You know, we would have gone home to his house, his studio, and tried things that way. And so it was it's definitely not the kind of opportunity where we weren't going to take it.
Yeah.
Did Bill, did he ask us, did he offer his services before or after we did drums? Do you remember?
He did it before drums.
Okay, so we knew going in. I can't remember for drums if we knew that or not, that he was producing it.
He pretty much said, like, right around that time, he's like, cool, you guys will do drums at Tom's, and then we're going to my house.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. So he just offered it, yeah. He's been a fan for a while, though. He came out a few of our shows over the years.
I remember him and Tom coming to that show with Cult Leader in 2018.
Yeah, he asked to get on the guest list, and like, yeah, dude, sure. And he showed up, and sure enough, you know, it was great.
Also, they watched us, and they left. Like, these are great bands, and they're like, no, it's cool. We just want to check you guys out. That was a humbling moment.
That's awesome. Steven, what was your first reaction when you heard or when it came to be known that Bill wanted to be involved with the record?
First off, we're gonna superimpose him right here, so that way he's talking behind me. But yeah, love everything you do. The question was, what was the reaction to him wanting to be involved in the album?
Yeah.
What it was?
Yeah.
I tell this story a lot, so it's cool to get it on camera finally. But when we played, he's got another band called Primate, and we played the show with Primate, and we got off stage, and I mean, we just went out there and played regularly. We go back in the green room, we're standing back there, and Bill walks up to me, and I looked at him, and I was like, how'd it sound? And he goes, people don't know what can hit him. Can I swear in this too?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, that's what people told you guys when you were starting. And those were just regular people. I was like, you're Bill coming up here and telling us it. So it meant a lot. So we kind of like fried his brain a little bit in that first initial thing. And not long after that, he had asked us, we were demoing out these songs down there with Tapley. And Bill heard him down there, and he was like, why don't you guys come record them, all the guitars and stuff at my house? So it was just kind of like, again, another one of those snowball effect kind of scenarios where it's like, all it took was playing a good show, people became interested, and then it just kind of kept growing from there.
So working with him, I guess, what are some things that he challenged you? I'll talk for you, Steven, first. What did he challenge you on? Anything that he challenged you on that made you better? That comes to mind?
Not being so busy. Like, I'm a very busy player, and dumbing myself down sometimes. We have a song, Tooth Chipper, which is track 3 on the new record. We have a section where it's like mid-chorus, and Eric's, I'm not for us, not against us, just be better. Anyways, there's a guitar riff that plays over that, and I used to actually tremolo pick it, and it was just too much. It was like overwhelming. So Bill had me cut it down to bing, bing, badam, bing, bing, badam, bing, badam. So it was like a lot of like reel it in, dial it back. Like, it's too much, and I think that's just something, because as a guitar player, I'm always challenging myself to be better than I was a week ago. So if my riffs are, I also want to impress these guys, because I mean they're so, this dude unreal. So if my guitar riffs can match up to what I know his capabilities are, I feel like I'm onto something.
Yeah.
Not realizing that it doesn't actually hurt to just let the riff sing and stand alone sometimes. You don't have to fill every single gap and try to impress it. Just if it feels good and it sounds good, put it out. So that was something that was pushed on me a lot, was easing up.
What do you think his biggest impact was on the record?
Well, for me personally, it's not so much, because as far as being a bass player, my biggest compliment that I got from Bill is that I knocked it out.
Yeah.
I spent 2 days with him.
Yeah.
And then they spent a year plus with him. And so, he would be like, wow, Jeremy, he's sharp, and he just, totally knocked it out of the park. And that was cool. And that meant that I had to bide my time until we got around to vocals and all those other things. So as far as the impact part, I'd say you're the one who's probably more able to speak to it.
His impact on this record, the biggest impact. He added a lot. I'd say melodies and harmonies and stuff like that. Really, he elevated some parts that weren't even like that until he got a hold of it. And so there's parts on there where it didn't sound that way until he added like what he thought he wanted to add there. And he has a good ear for that stuff, and he could just take whatever he had written. And it was almost like having a fifth band member in a way, because he would just take that little part and add this little thing.
Yeah.
And it just like, boom, there it is. It's like a whole new thing now. They're just going to elevate it to something that it wasn't. So he definitely had a big part on the way the whole thing sounds.
Getting a lot of these mixes back, weekly, and hearing the song differently, like hearing songs that were the way that they were in your head when you went in.
Yeah.
And you get them back, and that's a new song. You've never heard this song.
Yeah.
That was a big difference between the last record and this one.
To be fair, it's not like you guys were like sitting around not doing anything for 2 years. You had to wait on him a lot of the time too, right? Because there's some in between tours and things like that. You knocked out your bass in 2 days, but then it took a while with his schedule, I would imagine, to come back to and get it all wrapped up.
But from the end of 24 going into the holiday season, we really didn't do much. It was kind of, I don't know, he was doing stuff, we were doing stuff. So there's about 2 or 3 months where nothing happened, and then we kicked back into 2025 and finished it. But,
We'll make it that much sweeter now that it's coming out.
finally. Yes.
In a friggin' 2 weeks, is it from now? A week and a half?
Yeah, so 2 weeks from yesterday. So yeah, by the time people see this,
Eric is so smart, and he's always tinkering with something. Let's see what he's doing.
Hey, Eric. What are you doing? What you got going on?
Don't touch anything. In fact, maybe you should just leave. You didn't see anything either.
Sorry.
What could he be tinkering with? It looked like a helmet for space.
Later that same evening.
Hey man, you got some cool moves, but can you play?
Not really. A little Gojira. Yeah.
I got just the thing for you. Oh, here it is. Try this. Just put it on. Now play.
I can play guitar.
So how did the songwriting differ on this album compared to previous releases? You touched on some of it.
I mean, there was the transition of we're adding the guy into the band. We've played a couple of shows with the guy. The guy's playing the old songs. The guy's playing the new songs. All right, all that is working. That's different from when you're working to create something new, eventually this record.
Yeah.
And so that was an interesting give and take with Steven, because we're really hearing his direction for the first time. Yeah. Because, we had to be able to at least prove that we can go out and play first as a 4-unit band.
Yeah.
So to then in a very short amount of time be like, okay, no, I see where you're going with this. And also for the cliche-ness of it, making it sound like us, making it sound like Palaces.
Yeah.
And really ironing that out. So, there is nothing on this record is like, here's Eric, he wrote this song, it sounds like him, or Steven, or Jeremy, or JB. Like, there is powder, sprinkle of one another on all of this to be able to create something a lot more cohesive and uniform that to me sounds like the same band, instead of like, hey, we're Palaces, we're a band, and here's a bunch of songs.
Now, I would argue, inevitably, there are going to be disagreements sometimes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So how do you guys work those out together?
Some words.
We fist fight almost immediately. No, we're working on the new songs for the next record right now.
Yeah.
And there was one of Eric's new songs is coming up, and we were all kind of at the end of the song. We already wrote the end of the song, but somebody heard something a little differently, so we all start talking about it. And now we're an hour in of picking this one thing apart.
That's usually a Jeremy thing.
Yeah. So it's like, and we're sitting here doing it, and it's like, well, what if you played it like this? And Eric's like, it's this way we're doing it. So we're like, go back to this way. So we play it the way he brought it. And was like, no, that was correct. Sorry. So we spent an hour trailing for just like.
Yeah, sometimes the original idea is the best.
Yeah.
And once you put, but as a drummer, I've learned to take I love to take all the riffs that in this band and permeate them through every kind of beat I can figure out will fit to this, and then decide like what feels like. I'd love to, as a drummer, like with guitar parts, you know what I mean? Like, chop them up, play them different speeds, different, ways, and figure out what feels natural.
Even if it's, again, compromise comes into it, but you look at who's presenting the issue that you're coming up with, and you look at him or JB, you look at the other guys, and you're like, what do we like? What do we not like?
Yeah.
What is working for us?
Yeah.
Does this part, does it honk?
Yeah.
Because you don't want something that's buns. You want something that makes you feel pumped to be able to play it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be, like you said, an animal or a monster on stage if I'm excited about the parts that I'm playing.
You guys have been friends for a long time. Did making this record ever test those friendships? Yeah.
May I speak on it? No, it didn't test friendships at all. It tested just your patience for the creative process. And I think too, when you're a musician and you're making a new album and you're really excited about it, you're impatient to get it out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest challenge was just learning how to trust the process, be patient, understand that we will eventually get it done, even though it took a while. That was the biggest thing.
JB, I'm so psyched to interview you about the new album. Can you show me some tips on how your drumming works on No Restraint, specifically the opening song to the new album?
Right on in. I'll show you right now. Check it out. So it's...
Sick, dude.
Give it a try.
All right, ready? Let's see. See what you got.
Yeah, man. Cool. But check it out one more time, okay? Like, here we go.
I see what I did. Okay.
You got this.
Let's try it again. Yes.
Better, but check it out one more time, okay?
Okay.
Check it out.
Dude, I'm an idiot. I got it now. Okay. You gonna try again? Oh, right? Am I right?
That sounds great, man. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you practice. You keep working on it. I'll be back in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
You got it, buddy.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks, JB.
Yeah. No sweat, man.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Do you guys feel that Atlanta is like consequential as I do, in terms of heavy metal, heavy music? Or is that just because I have friends here now and come to visit and that's what I'm seeing?
I think it's two things. I think that part has been around for the past 25, 30 years, and you've seen that in a lot of bands, a lot of acts over the years. And you might be able to stretch it out to, say, the whole of Georgia. You want to include like Baroness and Kylesa, bands of that ilk. But
That's right.
also the internet. The internet is a big thing. People go with waves. You're seeing some of these bands that are in metal or hardcore or punk be to the level that they are now, that, your civilians and your normies could, and hopefully for the benefit of all of us as musicians, get pulled into this world and want to take part and, be in it as well. And so that's only going to be a good thing. Things used to be a little bit more insular, where it's like, I didn't see the metal bands playing with the punk bands. Now I'm seeing, the jam bands playing with the punk bands and playing with the metal bands and playing with the electronic or hip hop inspired bands. Like it runs the gamut.
Yeah.
You know, because the reality is, and I think this goes for a lot of cities, is that the city doesn't care about, you know, the artist and the venues and things like that. It cares about infrastructure and money and keeping those things rolling. So, you know, we gotta take care of ourselves to ensure that we have these things. You know, every time we lose a venue, that's another nail on the wall.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or in the coffin to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's well known for the heavy music, and I think it's going to be more well known the more that it's on people's phones, on their media, that they'll see it, and they'll either think that it honks or they want to come and be a part of it.
Atlanta's just a special place, I think, musically, that's at this weird crossroads of, you know, the East Coast, Northeast Coast, whatever, had the hardcore thing, you know, like Southern Florida had the death metal thing. Louisiana had the, you know, sludge and we're kind of over here and, you know, because of, the history and the demographics here, we were just exposed to like so much, stuff that got mixed in the pot of like what comes out of Atlanta. And we, you know, for years, I think have had incredible artists come out of here and for multiple genres. And, you know, at the height, I think of the grunge thing, you know, you would hear about Seattle and some of these other musical movements, you know, and that includes hip hop. You know, there was New York, there was the West Coast, there was Philadelphia. We never really had a concrete thing that people was like, that's Atlanta, until like maybe like Outkast, you know, was huge as far as putting Atlanta on the map. And then of course you have Mastodon, you have Blackberry Smoke, and some of these other
Seven Dust.
Yeah, Seven Dust. Some of these other large acts that started coming out of Atlanta, and they were all very eclectic in relation to each other. You know what I mean? So, in my experience, you know, growing up here, getting into wanting to be in a band, I've gotten to see so many amazing artists. Some of them don't get the national recognition they might deserve, but that's kind of the thing with music these days. There's so many amazing artists. You know, you're really, if you're trying to go out and establish yourself as a nationally known act, the market is flooded with really, really, really quality, good bands. There's so much good music, and that I always feel bad that I don't have the time in my life to take it all in and listen to it all, because, you know, every day on social media or your friends may mention to you, have you heard this band? And you're like, no, it's just so much, you know. And sometimes you go and listen to it and check it out and be like, my God, this is amazing. How did I not know about this? You know? So, I think there's starting to be an advantage to coming up a band out of Atlanta. I think we're starting to get, you know, known for putting out quality music.
How has living in Atlanta inspired your music? And actually, and also, did this album change how you see Palaces fitting in the scene here?
I think that we'll get, this is going on a bigger scale than it might actually turn out to be, but I think that we'll get hit with two things. And one is, of course, you know, Bill's affiliation with it, where we are at Ember City, that we'll get hit with the Mastodon Light, Mastodon Junior kind of thing from people, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, if those people want to say it snarkily, that's on them. But I mean, who isn't influenced in this heavy music world by a band that's been as prevalent as they have for the past 25 years? You know, it's pretty obvious. It's written on the walls. Like, they're a big part of why we wanted to take part, interact, participate in music in Atlanta.
I'm just blown away by it. Like, just the support. I wouldn't, not even just the music, but in general, how people support each other. With Terminus Hate City, and Sid Howell Presents, and 529, and the DIY spirit. No one's going to do it for us, community. Let's do it for each other, and let's help each other. That's what I'm seeing as sort of an outsider. That's so appealing and really cool.
Yeah, Atlanta's always been like that.
You
Sort
might
of
wanna,
DIY.
You might want to see if you can talk to City Hall about rebranding Radlanta.
There you go.
Hotlanta died years ago, so
Yeah. Radlanta.
new year, new us.
What part of the record are you most proud of?
Individually,
Either way, individually or collectively.
individually, I'm most proud of getting the best I can out of these because I think it's something that a band like ours, we're happy that we can all kind of share the duty.
Yeah.
Because you might feel a little bit begrudging about the vocal duty some days. So I feel pretty proud about my take on the record.
Yeah.
And yeah, when we first sat here and we didn't have practice one day with the finished copy, played it on the speakers and just kind of all looked at one another and said, we can't believe that this is our record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good feeling.
Guys, so where do you see in the future of Palaces? Is there a vision you have after
Bars and basements.
bars and basements and cigarettes?
Yeah.
And bum and JB cigarettes?
Bum and JB cigarettes.
I think it'll be interesting to see what opportunities may come our way, but the ones that we make for ourselves to where we can take it to that other level, if we're lucky enough to, and see what's really interesting about that for us. Because at the end of the day, like, it's Palaces and it's loud, and we want to be loud. And if that's loud for thousands of people outside, or it's loud for 15 people inside, we want that integrity to stay the same.
Yeah.
We've been told some awesome things that could be a possibility for the future. It's just a matter of keep working. We're still working towards an ultimate goal. I don't know what that goal is, but we're working towards it. It's this invisible shield that you go, someday this thing will just
want to have fun.
Yes.
Want fun. It's ultimate.
But yeah, and I also want to write like terribly heavy music that I can bring to the table that these guys want to also make loud noise and make old people scared.
I think that's the thing that's most exciting right now is that we've got an awesome batch of like songs that we're writing for the next thing that I feel really excited about. So that's what I'm looking forward to is recording the next album and getting out of town and playing some out of town shows, which we have coming up. And getting to play some parts of the country we haven't been to yet. I think maybe this album will give us that opportunity to get booked in some places to, we have a legitimate album, so let's get tour and play some out-of-town shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Here at Ember City, the home of Mastodon, looking for Jeremy, also known as Bumpy, the bassist from Palaces. I thought I'd teach him some sick moves for the bass.
Hey man, are you Jeremy?
No,
Did you know where he is, the bassist in Palaces?
never heard of it.
Alright, thanks man.
Not wanting to be some kind of loser, I was determined to find him. But where could he be?
Hey man, isn't this practice space for Palaces?
No.
Alright. Hey, well, if you could do this for me, if you see Jeremy from the band Palaces, tell him Jesse's looking for him. Been running all over this place. Just send him my way, if you would.
Okay, man.
Alright, thanks.
I don't understand it. I know that was the Palace's practice room. Why would he lie to me?
Jeremy?
Why is Jeremy making me hunt for him? Sunhunting? Yeah, right. More like bumpy hunting.
Jeremy! Hey! Hey, wait up!
Jeremy! Jeremy? Jeremy?
However long it takes, I vowed that day to never stop looking.
Well, guys. Well, guys, success! We did it. How do you feel?
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
We're good, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See you later. Well, it was a long weekend, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Taught Steve some moves. Eric gave me the power to play guitar. JB taught me some drumming. And I still haven't found Jeremy. But hey, if you liked it, please like, subscribe. And Sunhunting comes out February 27th. Everybody get your copy. Take care.